This is Mellissa Thomas with Florida National News, coming to you from the Rosen Shingle Creek, where the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando is installing its 2019 board, and they'll also be discussing the direction that the chamber will be taking for the year of 2019.
The infrastructure changed. So when I inherited the chamber as chair a year ago, we didn't have a president, and we had half the staff that we have today. So that was a big priority for us, which was my goal, taking on the chairmanship, to say we've got to find a president and we've got to beef up the infrastructure. So we've been able to do that without taking a hit to our balance sheet. So that's been a task, but we were able to make that happen in 2018.
Awesome. And then finally, for our audience, give them an idea of what you're looking most forward to for this year.
This year, now that we're beefed up, infrastructure, we're looking to have greater impacts in our community to Hispanic entrepreneurs and community at large. We're the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, one of the largest growing populations in Central Florida. So we want to take advantage, not just be a number, but be a driver of impact of social and cultural and political change as much as possible.
What is your personal vision for 2019?
Well, right now we have to be looking not only at 2019, but 2020, 2030, and so on. So right now is focusing on what are the things that we're going to do as a community to really stay strong and be able to educate our community about the impact they're going to have in where our state and our region is going to be in 2030 and in the future. So right now is working on making sure our businesses are more profitable, that they can keep growing in a very sustainable way, but also our professionals have the tools that they need to also be able to be leaders in the community.
Oh, I think it's fantastic, and it's such a strength for the Hispanic community on the business side, because it really empowers businesses to be able to sustain. Like I always say, it's great to open a business, but how do you sustain and become successful? And especially in our communities that are so important, they're making the impact.
The growth has really been off the charts. The amount of Hispanics that are coming to Central Florida, live in Central Florida, and work here now. So, for the Sheriff's Office, it's very incumbent upon us to recruit from that community and reflect the diversity of this largely Hispanic community.
A lot of Hispanic businesses are moving into Central Florida, and they know that they can come to the Hispanic Business Chamber for support, advice on how to get their businesses up off the ground and keeping them running. So it's an amazing partnership that they have with the community and the businesses that they serve.
And for our audience, give our audience some insight in how you've seen the Hispanic community in Osceola County flourish.
Well, I can tell you, I've been living in Osceola County since 1986, and as of today, the population, depending on who you talk to, is at least 52% or even higher Hispanic in Osceola County. So I understand the people that I serve as constituents, and we are such a diverse county, not just Hispanics, but also our Anglos and also our African Americans and even some of our Muslim friends. We're the second fastest growing county in the state of Florida, and we're number 10 in the country for growth, and attribute that a lot to the Hispanic Business Council. New folks coming over from Puerto Rico, from Cuba, from you name it, Dominican Republic, and they're here. We're happy that they're here. They're part of the community, and we're honored to serve them.
Your thoughts on the impact that the Hispanic Chamber has had on the Hispanic business community in the last year?
Well, I think it's incredibly important because the Hispanic community here in Orlando and Central Florida is constantly growing. We just heard some numbers up there that I think was like 180% growth in the last 2 decades, which is phenomenal. And what they do is really unite people throughout the community, not just Hispanics, but anyone that's associated with it, and really demonstrate what as a block you can achieve. Small businesses, large businesses, and everything in between. It's a great way to network with others. And look around the room. There are a lot of people here today, so it's great to be a part of it.
The Hispanic Chambers has made a major impact on the newcomers as when it comes to business development, and that has made a big improvement. They're helping our growth in economic development.
We are here with the Travel Cup winner, which is of course Duke Energy. But please introduce yourself to our audience and give them your thoughts on winning this prestigious trophy.
I support the state of Florida as far as community economic development. And I have a team of 4 excellent team members that support our Midwest locations and our Carolina locations. And really, to me and to us, winning this award is like the holy grail. The Wyndham Destination Traveling Cup is, I would say, one of the top Florida supplier diversity awards that you would want to win. Wyndham Destination Global has an excellent supplier diversity program, and then for them to select our procurement group is the highest on many levels. So this really proves and just sets the bar higher for us to do more as far as diversity and inclusion and just for the vitality of our communities.
As we heard from the board chair, Paul Roldan, the key here, he made a key acronym, 3 N's: noise, numbers, and next. So the focus is to continue to make a splash in the community, continue to increase the visibility of the chamber, increase their engagement in the community. Obviously numbers, that is the increasing of the population. They're keeping track of the numbers, especially given the influx of those who came in from Puerto Rico due to Hurricane Maria, making sure to increase their numbers in terms of starting businesses. And of course next, which is focusing on improving the chamber for 2019, continuing to improve upon their business transactions and their community connections. But stay tuned right here at FloridaNationalNews.com for our continuing business coverage. This is Mellissa Thomas coming to you from Rosen Shingle Creek.